So Preston, this was the first shoe that you pointed out. What drew you to this shoe?
I like Gaziano and Girling, but I also think it's going to make for a very good mirror shine shoe, and that's my bread and butter. They always mirror shine great, and I thought if I'm going to be on video, it better be with a shoe that's going to cooperate with me.
All right. How to do the elegant Oxford mirror shine with Preston Soto.
Here I am.
All right, first steps.
So the shoe's in great condition. No conditioning necessary at this point. You don't want to overdo it. So I think the shoes look really great. There's a little tiny spot here, and we're just going to add some cream polish.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know, you drive in your car, you walk around. You just
abrasions, color loss. We're just going to add a little bit of cream polish here. And you're going to massage it in gently, and that's already going to help a lot. And then we're just going to go over the shoe and just add some cream polish. We're just going to add just some quick layers here. Everything looks good. These are in great condition. You've done a great job with them. I really like Lazy Mans. I think they are very cool. Okay. So the back, you just leave everything as is mostly? Yeah, for the most part. We'll add some wax back here. But yeah, the toe area, sides are really where it's going to do the talking.
All right.
So let's just brush this off. Cream is a minute, 30 seconds. And you're going to immediately notice that they're just going to shine much better in preparation for the shine. Okay, nice and easy. Let the brush do the talking. Don't press down like you're brushing your teeth. Just looks much better. Okay. Now, time for the mirror shine. Okay, so you're going to need a really good wax polish. Normally, I would use mirror gloss, which is that hard wax with less solvents, to add layers. And then using Pâté Deluxe, which is the one with more solvents, I would shine. This one's kind of in between, and since I'm traveling, I think it's really going to have to do, but it'll be just fine. Now, in the World Championship or the United States Championship, they're given 20 minutes to shine one shoe. And you'll notice in the championship, they pack on wax for 10 minutes, and then they shine for 10 minutes, usually. So I think people underestimate how important it is to put layers down first before you start shining. The first step is to pack on that wax. And whenever I teach classes, I tell people, we're going to pack wax. So you're going to get wax on your finger, just like that, and you're just going to start adding layers, just like that, back and forth, and some heelage right here. So as a judge for the championship, how we judge it is that we don't just look for the toe area. We kind of look at the totality of the shine, who was able to feather the best, who was able to shine it, but also make sure it's not just in one area or a stark line that it's feathered. We look for a lot of things, but usually as soon as the 20 minutes are over, we know who won. You just look at them and you can tell. Yeah. It's pretty intuitive in that sense.
But it's easier to polish it on the tip, where it's hard, whereas the reinforcements, you don't want a super thick layer of wax over your wrinkles because it'll show and it'll get lighter in color.
Exactly. So we're just gonna add those layers now.
So again, you do it all with your finger.
Yeah, for this, I think you can't even use gloves. If you have a glove on, the glove is like a plasticky material. It'll start to shine the shoe prematurely. You don't want that. Okay, so this has more solvent, so we are going to have to just be more careful and spread it evenly. Now, people ask me, when do I know that I'm done shining? And essentially, it's still not dry. You'll just start to touch it with your finger, and it'll start to give you a shine, but it's still not ready. So we have to just keep packing on that wax. This has more solvents, so we do have to make sure we give it more time to dry. If not, it'll gunk up on you because we're going to be using water. So you just got to be really, really careful. Mirror gloss is the best for this process, but we don't have any, so we're going to use the Traveler's wax, but I think we're going to be able to pull it off, okay? So just add. And in the championship, they're going really fast. They're like, go, and they're just like packing that wax on to make sure it's all on there.
So if you had no time constraints for maximum shiny mirror polish, how much time would you take?
Depending on the shoe. Some shoes cooperate, but an hour, probably.
And an hour would be too boring for the competition?
Yeah, an hour would be too boring, and it's kind of like, how good are you? You should be able to do this quickly, and that's kind of what they train for. So now we're going to get our shine cloth, which is usually just a cut-up shirt that's cotton, or you can buy a dedicated shine cloth like this.
T-shirt?
Yeah, it's just T-shirt. And you're going to get a clean section. And what you need is a consistent and smooth area. So this is the way I like to do it that most shiners do. They put it over their fingers, then twist, and then they wrap it around their hand in whatever way they can, right? Some cloths are longer, shorter. Some have to go around only your fingers. You just got to find the method that works for you. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit of water
And this is like we put an ice cube in it.
Yeah, oh, it's cold. I can feel it.
So the colder the better.
Yeah, not too much. You don't want it to be soaked, but you do want it to be definitely damp. And you can get the excess off like this. Just tab it off. So once this is damp enough, we're just going to touch the wax a little bit, just like this.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get 1, 2, maybe. And then the secret is not to push down. No downward pressure yet. And imagine you're caressing a baby's face very gently as possible. And you're just going back and forth, like you're feathering my 3-month-old baby's face with a feather. Very gently, back and forth. Okay, just like that. If it doesn't feel like glass, you're gonna remove the wax. It has to feel smooth, no resistance. If you feel resistance from the leather, you're pulling wax off and your shine will not develop. In just 4 or 5 seconds of shining, you're gonna see this shine. It's starting to develop. Okay, and that's kind of how it works. Now, if you need more wax, you have to keep it lubricated without getting it too wet or the wax will clump. It's a very delicate process, and maybe add a little and go back and forth. And once you're getting more glass, you can start adding a little more pressure, and that heat will kind of give it more of a shine. Okay. You have to go softer than you think. You really don't want to remove any wax. Okay, you see that right there? It's already kind of starting to develop more and more and more.
So do you layer up the wax? I remember doing it. I would like put stuff on, let it harden, take more wax, let it harden.
Yeah, you can.
There's a long back and forth. You typically do it like this?
Yeah, if you have mirror gloss, it's a really good way to do it because it dries so fast and then it shines really quickly. And then with the Pat Deluxe in conjunction, it really does it much quicker. Having only one product makes it a little harder. You just have to be more delicate. Right now I'm being really delicate because I do not want this to clump at all. This has more solvents than usual, okay? So I'm kind of just feathering it up here. We're gonna go back down to the toe area and just make sure. I feel a little resistance here, so I don't want to go down at all. It's a delicate process. Let me just touch my finger on that.
So in the masterclass, do you also teach this?
Yes, but tomorrow we'll have mirror gloss and everything available, and we'll be set to go, okay? Okay, so you're gonna see that haze right there?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that on video. You kind of want that, and that means the wax is starting to build up and shine. Okay. Okay, it's just taking a little longer, but if I have to use the traveler's wax, which is known not to be as good, I'm still gonna do it, and I'm gonna do this right. Okay, this is just a feathering, kind of like we're making sure the wax looks even. Okay.
Transitioning to the main portion of the shoe. And then you add the back. Yeah. It's a little harder. You can
get that excess water off. Then you're going to go very gently.
So, but you want a cotton cloth, you don't want like microfiber.
The champions use a kind of a microfiber-ish red cloth, like this one a little bit.
Yeah.
And those fibers heat up, and they're so gentle that it shines really quickly. Sometimes I use it.
Not all microfiber is alike either. There's differences in quality in the microfiber
yeah, you're right. Okay, so back here on the heel, we're getting a little bit of a shine right there. Okay. You can see it, it's already kind of coming in. This area is important just to make sure the shine's consistent across the shoe. Okay, and then down here, we're kind of just feathering a bit, going softly. The world champions are like going really, really fast. It's pretty
Yeah, I find they go so fast that it's hard to actually follow what's happening. You have to film it in a slow motion to really see what's happening. And
yeah, so we're getting a little bit of a nice soft shine here on the heel. And the toe area, we can come back to it now. Now it's starting to feel like glass. And now I can add a little bit more downward pressure. And it's gonna start to shine a little better. Sometimes it's hard to shine and find a position where you can see it, but I find this way is really helpful for me. A lot of shiners do it like this, right? So they can have access to the whole shoe. Sometimes when I just want the toe, I'm just gonna go like this right here real quick. And if there are portions here that haven't been shined, we're gonna add a little bit of wax because it won't glass over unless the whole section is shined really well. So let's just go over it here. Add some solvents. Sometimes the shine continues, but you want to make it look much better. You can just do the process over. So you get a little bit of wax. You add it to areas that need it. Right? I feel resistance around here, and that happens often around broguing. The wax doesn't know the difference between broguing and like a cut. So it's like, oh, there's an area without wax, and it gives you trouble. It doesn't know that it's a purposeful decorative hole. So the wax can sometimes fight you a bit by the broguing area. So you're just gonna have to add some wax here. Okay, that's completely normal. Okay, and we should be good to go after this. Let's just put some wax up here.
All right, I got some rubbing alcohol here, 70%. So what do you do with it?
So it's contested in the industry still. Levi, who I work with, he doesn't like it at all. And when we're out on the road, I never use it because I can never carry a bottle of it. So at home, I usually use like up to 50-50. That's already kind of pushing it. It should be much less than that. But it kind of helps evaporate the water quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know, the science behind it. I feel like it helps.
I mean, water has a certain surface tension. I don't know if the alcohol changes that, but it definitely helps to evaporate much more quickly.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's placebo effect yet, but I'm going to try it out here. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit here. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Tiny bit. Now, a little bit on there. Let's start again, okay? Sometimes you just got to add a little bit more wax. A little bit more polish on your finger. Okay, all over. And let's start again, okay? You gotta be really gentle. 1, 2, and then. Oh, I saw it evaporate. Isn't that cool?
You saw it evaporate?
Yeah, I put the drop down, and as I was going down, it like disappeared faster than normal water. Okay, now it's feeling more glass-like because I added more wax right there, okay? You hear that noise? Hear that? Compared to that's like where there's a lot of wax. It's smooth, you really don't hear anything. If you start to feel resistance or hear it, you're pulling wax off. That's really the secret.
Do you sometimes try to use, typically a darker color for the tip?
No. So if you have a burnish, sometimes I add a burnish with dye. Always choose the wax that's the color of the lightest part of the shoe. That way, when you mirror shine, you get this amazing depth. You get the color of the wax, the burnishing, and then the color of the shoe as it blends back, and it looks perfect. It really, people will think, you did that with dye. It's like, well, only part of it. The real part came with wax. Yeah. And now you're kind of using speed and a little pressure to melt it down and give you that final little, let me get to it here. Kind of like the final shine. Okay, we're almost there. For the most part, it's looking much better though. Boop. Okay. So you have a mirror shine here. Let's see if we can't show you how to use it. This should be goat hair. This is so soft it won't ruin your mirror shine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one too. Is that pantyhose?
Yeah, this is pantyhose like nylon.
Oh.
I also remember sometimes sitting there and put the shoe on my lap and then back and forth.
That's
like
the
this.
original way.
Right, yeah.
So if you want to feather this mirror gloss or this mirror shine back, what you do is you add a little bit of water, and then this should usually be longer. And then with your goat hair brush, you kind of feather that wax. And it's not harsh, it's not going to ruin your shine because it's goat hair. And it's going to shine up those little sections of wax you really couldn't get to. And it's kind of just a way to feather things so it doesn't look, in the end, it's kind of going to look like that. With a feathering, if you want to add some more wax and push it back a little more, but you do have some crease lines here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really how you mirror shine a shoe. You're trying to make sure that it's an even shine. It's not just a harsh contrast and then no wax. You kind of want it to gradually get less shiny. And then in the end, you get a mirror shine like that.